Yo, what is going on everybody? My name is Marion TMS, you probably do already know. In today's video, we're going to be talking about FNCS Week 2, what I learned and what I did wrong, and also what I'm going to be doing for FNCS Week 3. With that said, let's jump right on into it. Game number 1. Me and Average decided not to drop a POI, or point of interest if you will, and in my opinion, this was a massive mistake. For FNCS Week 3, I'm gonna be dropping a POI the first game, trying to frag out as I'm really good at getting eliminations. In game number 1, me and Average made it to the end game. We didn't have too many materials, and when you do not have materials, you can do either of two things. 1. Go for a play and get a refill elimination, or rotate super smart and not use any mats whatsoever. I decided to go for the latter and go for a super good rotation. I knew that the right side was uncongested and I went up on the mountain, getting us a really good spot in the zone. I eventually saw that high ground was free. Me and Average have been practicing high ground for quite some time and I was really confident that we were going to win this game. The only problem, however, was that we didn't have a lot of materials or AR shots. I had 4 floppers and 1 mini to my name, so it should be a relatively free win. Getting a refill elimination here would have been quite easy if we would have just dropped down on someone who didn't look at us with the shotgun. I did have a golden AUG, so I didn't really have to. I could have went for long distance shots for sure, and that's what I decided to do. In my opinion, I played this out a little bit too safe. I should have eventually dropped down on a wall, went for a pump shot, maybe even a wall replace, and then tried to get a refill on both ammunition and materials that way. Let me know what you think. Do you ever go for shotgun plays in endgames like this? Is it stupid or is it not? In my opinion, going for shotguns in endgame when you have high ground is severely underrated. Of course, when you are against good players, doing so is very risky, but when you're in your first lobby, in opens, in FNCS, I think it's completely fine. Once again, let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and let's watch this endgame out. In this endgame, I had 4 floppers going into the 8th zone. Back to Beast, a professional player I've been talking a bit to about competitive Fortnite, once said that when you have floppers, you should never die with them. And I completely agree. You should use the floppers for what they're worth and abuse them whilst you can. They're really good and you can easily flank someone when you have 4 floppers sitting in zone and taking shots. Right here, I got way too greedy. I went for a play even though I had 70 mats, and this led us to losing the first game. Another major mistake in this endgame was our mentality. We were super depressed that we only got 10 points the first game and didn't even manage to clutch up the dub. And this was really bad. 10 points should be hyped up, and you should keep the good vibes when you get 10 points in your first game, even though it isn't great. Game number 2. I obviously got that first elimination, which was pretty good. And then in the end game, I decided to go for more eliminations, and Average wasn't really with me here, but it wasn't a problem, as I knew I was able to get these eliminations all by myself, and I managed to get 2 free points, and also a super good refill. In the end game, I was looking for possible eliminations. There were quite a bit of people remaining, and I knew that I was probably able to get quite a few kills. I had a purple SCAR with 700 ammunition and a purple tactical shotgun, as well as 3 floppers and a remote explosive. Going for the loot here is a bit greedy. However, I got a flopper, a golden AUG, and 240 mats. I also managed to crank back up to Average. Notice how I swapped to wood there? That was because I was just doing temporary builds and I was not going to stay in my box for a long time. I went out and got beamed in the back. However, I managed to survive. I tried launch padding and for some reason it bugged out the first time and then I dinked my head. I was stressing out quite a bit and I didn't look above me, which once again was another mistake. This play right here was relatively free. I noticed how height was looking and I saw that they were pretty much clueless. That is why I went for it. High ground, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is not that hard to take. A lot of people overrate how hard it is to take high ground, and the best of players always go for it if they have the opportunity to do so. Even though I was a solo right here, I managed to get it quite easily. Unfortunately, Average died, we didn't stick together at all, and we played bad together. However, I managed to clutch up hard, ending with a ton of eliminations and also max placement. Have a look.
Nice! Det var en får deg får ikke crowdshot etter. Nice! Ta med seg. Nice! Du fikk ikke med seg, men du har...
Jeg gjør alt jeg kunne. 17 poeng.
Nice!
Game 2 was without a doubt a really good game. We secured 17 points and I clutched up hard. For the next few games we only needed about 5 or 6 point average and it wasn't really gonna be that hard, we thought. In game number 3 I unfortunately managed to choke really hard and that's just how I am. I pop off and then I choke. So I gotta work on that. I don't know why I choked, but I just didn't have awareness. Have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Epic match.
I was 100% sure that I had that wall and I still for some reason thought I had it even though I saw that he placed it, but because I have so bad ping I never ever get a wall on a 50-50. I can never go for a wall with a pickaxe replace. It just doesn't work. It never ever works in real game scenarios. So that was just me being dumb. I know that I can't get any walls whatsoever. I've literally never gotten a wall in a game, so yeah, bad awareness by me. We only managed to secure 4 points, landing us at 31 points after 3 games, which isn't all that bad, but we should have done way better. In game number 4, me and Average decided to go a bit more aggressive as we are actually really good at getting eliminations, and we actually ended up doing relatively well, but not as well as I really wanted us to do. But all things considered, game number 4 wasn't all that bad. We played relatively well, just a little too greedy, I would say.
Cracked. Død.
Crack.
13.
Jeg dropper ned, bygger.
In game number 4, as said earlier, we played relatively well, and I also did quite a bit of damage to this dude and some other guy came behind me. I should have closed the wall and edited down way faster, and that would have led me to not getting eliminated. However, we managed to get like 4 points in this game as well, which all things considered is pretty bad, but it isn't the worst. So with that said, let's move on over to game number 5.
Han er shambles. 16.
Hva er det de gjør?
3, 2, 1, kast. Tror vi skal få et par. 100.
Død.
Nice. Nok en annen.
Her. Har du nade på deg?
Nei, dropper du igjen.
Her.
60 meter, 90%. 3, 2, 1, kast. Kast begge.
100 på begge. Død. Launch på de.
Nei, de er rett her oppe. Nice.
In game number 5, we launch padded into the zone and landed in a bad position. This led us to getting sprayed by the entirety of the lobby, and after this we got triggered, which was another massive mistake. You should never get triggered, however annoying a death might be.
Jeg prøver å flanke. Drepte en.
Nice.
Jeg må få tingene hans også. Han hadde medkit.
48.
Bygghøyen. Død.
In game number 6, we actually managed to get more than 4 points. We got 5. Let's go. I also just clapped this kid out of this world, which was really nice. But I just couldn't really, like, I didn't have awareness this day. Like, I had no idea that kid was in my box because there were so many people and I just didn't see anything. We ended up getting eliminated. In game number 7, Average clutched up hard, secured 3 points, and then eliminated himself. He didn't get my reboot card, no nothing, and we went on over to game number 8. In game number 8, me and Average knew we had to full focus on the game. We tried our very hardest to do as good as possible in game number 8, and this is how that went.
Dead. Han andre er på meg. 31. Bra finish. Han droppa ned.
Helt ned eller ut?
Ut, tror jeg. Ut. Ja, ut. Han er på meg. Død.
Nice. Gjorde du ned da?
Ja, ned der nå. 100. Knocked. Knocked det. Død.
Nei.
Jeg får tingene.
Rocket. Der er litt skøtt.
På meg! Død!
Jeg er litt bak.
Jeg
Nice.
drepte bare.
In this scenario right here, I had 3 floppers, and I went for height where absolutely everyone was. I could have literally landed on the builds in zone, took it from there. I had enough mats, I had enough floppers, I had enough literally everything. I got way too greedy and I went for it, and Average called it out. It would have been a good play, but would have just done what was actually right.
Oh my god. Jeg er på vei.
Død. Han ene. Han andre er på meg. Tror jeg.
Her da.
Jeg vet ikke. Jo, han er det. Han exploderer inn. Du har han. Nice. Bra.
dog shit!
Jeg vet ikke om du får reboot, ass. Jeg tror det er best.
Game number 9 basically ended with Average leaving the game because we had one game remaining, and that is the one on screen right now. We unfortunately ended up getting eliminated by a team that fought us in zone. A really bad call to go for the fight, which was my call. We got 100 tag on a nade, and I thought we can end this fight really quickly, get 2 elimination points, as well as really good loot. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to end the fight quickly, and it went on forever. The guys who were fighting played like complete cowards, and I don't know why they did it, because they griefed their own game as well as ours, but it is what it is, and Fortnite is a odd game for sure. Alrighty, so for the next 2 weeks, I'm actually not going to be playing with Average. We ended on 58 points, which is incredibly embarrassing to say, considering me and Average are actually good individual players. But for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be playing with Intel, which is a good homie of mine that I've been playing online games with for around 5 years. I just feel like we have more natural chemistry and play better together. The chemistry is literally everything in duos, and me and Average really didn't have it. So me and Intel are going to be playing these last 2 weeks, and we're going to be W-keying everyone in the open stage. And that is the first thing I have learned during these 2 weeks. In the open stage, you have to W-key everyone. It is so incredibly easy to get eliminations, and just W-keying everyone is the best way to go about it, especially if you are good at hitting your shots and getting eliminations. Alrighty boys, with that said, I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It is gonna physically hurt me to upload this video because me and Average, we put in a lot of time together. We practiced a lot, but I think it was because of our mentality and our lack of confidence that we did not qualify. So with that said boys, I just want to thank you all so much once again for watching the video, and until next time, take care, stay safe, and please, for the love of God, stay home. Goodbye everybody.